Who's the one artist, living or dead, that you wish you can collaborate with?
Michael Jackson.
Why?
Alright, let's look at this timeline of Sean Puffy Combs' crime or whatever. Okay, 1990, Combs starts his music industry career as an intern at Uptown Records working under executive Andre Harrell.
Yo, I work at a music store.
1990-91, according to a November 2023 lawsuit, Combs and the R&B singer Aaron Hall allegedly sexually assault an unnamed victim and a friend after a music industry event.
Yo, Aaron Hall, let's sexually assault this victim.
Then beat her several days later when confronted.
It sounds like something that Puff would do at a party with Aaron Hall, cause I just love to fuck with you.
1991, according to a November 2023 lawsuit, Combs allegedly drugs, sexually assaults, and videotapes 19-year-old Joy Dickerson after going on a date with him.
Yeah, Joy Dickerson, take this ecstasy. You're gonna get sexually assaulted.
1993, after being fired from his duties at Uptown Records,
Yo, Puffy, you're fired.
Combs starts his own label, Bad Boy Records.
I don't care. I start my own label.
The label grows in popularity and notoriety over the course of the decade, breaking the careers of Craig Mack, the Notorious B.I.G., Mace, The Lox, Faith Evans, and more. 1995-96, according to a May 2024 lawsuit, Combs allegedly sexually assaulted April Lampros on several occasions. In one incident, she alleges he forced her to perform oral sex in a car, which she says was witnessed by a parking attendant. In another, she claims that he forced ecstasy down her throat, made her have sex with his then girlfriend Kim Porter, and then raped her.
Yo, here's some ecstasy. Now have sex with my girlfriend Kim, and then I'm gonna rape you.
1996, Combs is found guilty of criminal mischief for threatening a photographer from the New York Post with a gun.
Yo, you taking pictures? Taking pictures, bitches? Yo, give me your groceries. Let's go. I'm hungry.
1998, Combs starts throwing his annual Hamptons all-white parties that come to be known as so lavish and exclusive. He earns the rep of being a modern-day Gatsby.
All white parties in the house.
Guests range from music industry execs and artists to actors, real estate moguls, and sports team owners.
Yo, DiCaprio, Lennox Lewis, what's up? Yo, Tommy Lee. Yo, get Pamela over here. I want to have sex with her too.
April 16th, 1999. Combs is arrested and charged with 2 felonies, second-degree assault and criminal mischief, in the beating of record executive Steve Stout.
Yo, Steven Stout, come here. Yo, bitch.
Who says Combs and 2 bodyguards beat him with their fists, a telephone, a champagne bottle, and a chair. When Combs publicly apologizes, Stout asks for the charges to be dismissed. Combs reportedly pays Stout,
Yeah, I'm sorry. Here's $500,000. Motherfucker.
The assault charges drop. Combs pleads guilty to the lesser charge of harassment and is sentenced to 1 day of anger management classes. December 27th, 1999. Combs, along with then-girlfriend Jennifer Lopez and rapper Shine, are arrested in retaliation to a shooting at Club New York.
Hey, J-Lo, let's go shoot some people.
Combs is charged for weapons violations but is ultimately acquitted.
Yo, me and J-Lo did not shoot those people.
March 2000, the first season of Making the Band airs on ABC, then later MTV.
Yo, let's make a TV show, Making the Band. ABC, get that money, motherfucker.
The reality TV competition centers Combs as he searches for new talent to put together in a band. Running for 12 seasons total, the show later became a cultural staple for MTV, and through it, Combs created bands like Day 26 and Danity Kane, all signed to Bad Boy Records. 2000-2001, according to a May 2024 lawsuit, Combs allegedly attacks April Lampros again in her apartment. 2001, in a September 2024 lawsuit, Thalia Graves claims Combs and his bodyguard, Joseph Sherman, raped her in a Bad Boys recording studio. In both the suit and a televised press conference held by her lawyer, Gloria Elrod, Graves alleges that she was 25 years old at the time of the assault and dating a record producer who was then working for Bad Boy. Graves says that after Combs invited her to the studio, he laced her drink with drugs and she woke up bound and restrained after falling unconscious. Combs and Sherman then allegedly took turns violently raping her while slamming her head into a pool table repeatedly. Graves also claims that she learned for the first time in November 2023 that Combs and Sherman had video recorded themselves raping her and had shown the video to multiple men in order to humiliate her and the producer she was dating at the time. Graves also believes the recording of her assault was distributed as pornography through Joseph Sherman's pornography company. March 26, 2001. In a lawsuit, local TV host Roger Mills sues Combs,
I'll sue you in England!
accusing him of assault, false imprisonment, destruction of property, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and a civil conspiracy, in an exchange where Combs' entourage roughed him up and destroyed his camera. As we have yet to be served with this complaint, we are unable to comment on specific allegations, a Combs spokesperson said in a statement. However, any claim that Mr. Combs participating in any wrongdoing is totally false. Furthermore, facilitating the press with this baseless complaint is a blatant attempt to exploit Mr. Combs' celebrity for media attention. A juror finds in favor of Combs in 2004. 2003, according to a December 2003 lawsuit, Combs, his former Bad Boy Records president Harvey Pierre, and a third unidentified man allegedly gang raped an unnamed 17-year-old victim at a Manhattan recording studio. 2003, according to a May 2024 lawsuit, Combs allegedly drugged and sexually assaulted the then 22-year-old model Crystal McKinney in his New York City studio, forcing her to perform oral sex.
Where is the roof on this thing?
2004. According to a September 2024 lawsuit filed with singer Don Richard, Richard auditioned to be a contestant on Diddy's reality competition show Making the Band. During the year-long production process of the show, Richard and her bandmates were filmed by MTV camera crews 24 hours a day and were verbally and physically abused by Combs. Richard alleges she was forced by Combs.
Yo, bitch, you better rehearse for 48 hours straight without breaks of food.
She and castmates were constantly berated by Combs. As a result, she experienced extreme weight loss and dehydration and was later diagnosed with anemia. July 6, 2004. Combs arrives at his annual Hamptons all-white party in possession of the Declaration of Independence, marking a new level of fortune and braggadocio for the Mogul.
Puff Daddy?
Vote or die!
Puff Daddy threatened 8-year-old Stan Marsh to vote or die.
Vote or die? What the hell does that even mean?
What you think it means, bitch?
Vote or die, motherfucker, motherfucker, vote or die!
Rock the vote or else I'm gonna stick a knife through your eye.
Democracy is founded on one simple rule.
Get out there and vote or I will motherfucking kill you. Yeah.
Later on, he and his thugs killed an entire camp of PETA members.
Vote or die!
In 2005, Combs and the singer Cassie Ventura meet for the first time, and Combs expresses interest in wanting to sign her to his label. Ventura is 19 years old and Combs is 37. Don Richard claims to be present during Combs and Ventura's first meeting. According to a September 2024 lawsuit filed by Richard, the singer witnessed Combs fixate on Ventura and isolate her from everyone else in the room. March 2005. The third season of Making the Band, featuring Don Richard and bandmates in the formation of girl group Diddy Kane, begins airing on MTV. February 2006, Ventura signed a 10-album deal with Bad Boy Entertainment. Her debut single, Me and You, is released, and her self-titled album drops the same year. According to a November 2023 lawsuit, Combs' vicious cycle of abuse begins here. Ventura alleges years of physical, psychological, and emotional abuse. She claims Combs forced her to purchase and take
Those illegal drugs right now. Then I'm gonna film you as you participate in sex acts with male sex workers in multiple cities for my own voyeuristic pleasure in a practice I call freak-offs. And then I'm gonna beat you on many occasions in retaliation for talking to other men, often with witnesses present, bitch.
August 2006, Diddy Kane released its self-titled debut album under Combs, Bad Boy Records, and Atlantic Records. Upon release, the album debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200. According to Don Richard's lawsuit, her damages in the form... It's amazing how it debuted at number 1, right? Like, it's easy for him to just be like, boom, here's some money, get this to the top. Her damages in the form of unpaid salary for working on this album is estimated at $1 million. 2006 to 2009. In a July 2024 lawsuit, dancer Adria English claims that she was drugged and forced to have sex with party guests during Combs' infamous white parties in the Hamptons, New York, and Miami, Florida, repeatedly for years. English says she was recruited by Bad Boy Enterprise employee Tamiko Thomas and was employed by Combs to act as an eye candy model at his Hamptons white party for the first time in the summer of 2004.
Vote or die!
You can't run from a 38, go ahead and try.
Let your opinion be heard. You gotta make a choice.
Cause after I slit your throat, you won't have a fucking voice.
She claims Combs instructed her and the other models to drink from specific bottles that he laced with ecstasy, and though she was not required to have sex with anyone at the first party she attended, she was groomed into sex trafficking over time by Combs and Thomas. They forced her to engage in vaginal intercourse with guests, claiming that her past in adult entertainment was a reason to downplay her being sex trafficked. Though guests at the notorious parties were required to wear all white, English says on many occasions she was given a little black dress to wear to denote that she was a sex worker. In addition to Combs and Bad Boy Enterprises employees, English lists Vibe magazine and Penske Media Corporation in the suit, saying editors were aware of the prostitution happening at the parties and published her picture in the magazine without her consent. She also lists Jacob Arabov, known in the hip-hop circles as Jacob the Jeweler. Jacob the Jeweler. Rated R. As a co-defendant, asserting he was a frequent sex partner of hers who knew that she was being trafficked by Combs and BBE. March 6, 2007, in a lawsuit, Gerard Ricknitzer alleges that Combs punched him, pushed his girlfriend, and tried to spit on another woman outside Teddy's nightclub at the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel. In a statement, Combs' attorney, Benjamin Brafman, says, "It's just another example of an opportunist seeking to fabricate a lawsuit based on a flat-out lie to try to take advantage of Mr. Combs' celebrity status. My client, Mr. Combs, is a great person, he's a Christian, and he does all good things. Never harmed a flea." The case is settled out of court in March 2008, the terms undisclosed. May 11, 2007, in a complaint to the police, Combs, making the band co-star Lorianne Gibson, alleges that he threatened her with a chair while New Edition's Michael Bivens held her in place.
Yo, bitch, you want the chair? I smack you with this chair, yo, bitch.
Combs' attorney, Brafman, claims Gibson overreacted to theatrics performed for the cameras. Sources claim to the New York Daily News that he yelled for the cameras to be turned off. This is just another example of a false accusation by someone trying to take advantage of Sean's success and celebrity status, Brafman says.
P. Diddy also set the world record for longest time having sex, which I think was 2 days straight with no stops, but sometimes it takes me a long time. I mean, when you're this long, you gotta work for it, you know what I'm saying?
October 24, 2007. Combs becomes a marketing ambassador and stakeholder in Ciroc vodka by beverage maker Diageo. Sales of the vodka skyrocket and Combs becomes synonymous with the brand.
P. Diddy even made a commercial for the vodka, showing two people driving dangerously after drinking the vodka.
Yo, bitch, drink my vodka, bitch, or I'll rape you.
2008, in her lawsuit, Richard alleges
Allegedly!
that Combs invited her to his Miami residence, and when she arrived, he was wearing only underwear and refused to put on clothes when asked. 2009, when Danity Kane disbanded, Richard continued working with Combs by the way of a new musical trio he formed with himself as a rapper, Richard and singer Kalena Harper. Richard alleges that Combs wielded even more power over her during her time in the trio, barging into her dressing room unannounced, groping her breasts and buttock during stylist fittings, and ordering her to strip down to her underwear during rehearsals.
I like it when you vote, bitch. Shake them titties when you vote, bitch. I slam my Jimmy through your mouth roof. Now get your big ass in the polling booth.
Richard claims if she avoided him during this time or rebuffed his advances, he would retaliate with threats.
Yo, you better let me touch you sexually, or else I'm not gonna let you do parts in the new songs, bitch.
2010. In the November 2023 suit, Ventura claims all aspects of her life were controlled by either Mr. Combs or his management companies. She claims he paid for her apartment and all living expenses, and that he had access to her medical records. For instance, when Miss Ventura began experiencing memory loss, potentially due to excessive drug use and/or head injuries caused by Mr. Combs' beatings, as described below, her MRI results were provided directly to Mr. Combs. Here's your MRI results, Mr. Combs.
That's Dr. Combs to you, motherfucker.
Mr. Combs also repeatedly arranged for his staff to drive Miss Ventura to certain doc's appointments. In this way, Mr. Combs exerted ownership over Miss Ventura. Still 2010. According to a September 2024 lawsuit, Richard witnessed Combs physically abuse his then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura many times. While attending a music label dinner in West Hollywood with a guest list that included singers Neo and Usher and Interscope record executive Jimmy Iovine, Richard alleges Combs punched Ventura in the stomach in front of the dinner guests, causing her to double over in physical pain.
Hey, what's wrong with your girlfriend? Yo, she just ate too many samosas.
Richard alleges that Ventura was ushered out of the dinner and that the dinner continued. Richard alleges in her lawsuit that when she tried to console Ventura after witnessing the abuse and encouraging Ventura to leave Combs, Combs would become irate and threaten Richard, saying,
"Don't tell my bitch what you need to be doing. Just make money and shut the fuck up. You could be missing. You bitches want to die today?"
October 2010. In the same lawsuit, Richard alleges she witnessed Combs and several other men gangbanging Mr. Combs' female assistant at the hotel pool during a Diddy Dirty Money show stop in Glasgow, Scotland. Later on the flight back to the US, Richard noticed that the female assistant was missing and later learned that Combs had taken the assistant's passport and left her stranded in the UK. December 2010. According to the Richard lawsuit, Combs berated the woman in the lobby of the SIR studio so loudly during a Diddy dirty rehearsal for Saturday Night Live in New York City that he drew the attention of the lobby staff. When Richard asked Combs to stop calling them bitches in front of everyone, Richard alleges that Combs swung his fist to punch her in the face, but that she was pulled away by Combs' bodyguard.
Come with me if you want to live. Look out, he's going right through the bars, he's all lubed up.
Richard and Kalena Harper were then ushered outside and locked in the Bad Boy Records company, Bentley. Richard claims she then called her father from inside the car in a panic state, and a few hours later her father arrived in New York from Baltimore, threatening to call the police on Combs.
Hey, I'm this girl's father, and I'm gonna call the cops on you.
Combs allegedly told Richard's father,
Yo man, you don't want to do that. Think about your family, think about your daughter's career.
After the December 4th SNL performance, Combs allegedly told Richard,
You don't call your dad unless you're in the hospital.
December 14th, 2010, Diddy, Dirty Money, the collaborative trio featuring Combs, Don Richard, and Kalena Harper, released its only studio album, Last Train to Paris. The album debuted at number 7 on the Billboard 200 chart. December 2010, according to the September 2024 lawsuit, during a Christmas party gathering at Combs' LA home, Richard alleges that Combs grabbed her breast in front of everyone at the party and said,
Yo, I want to gift you them fake titties for Christmas. Yo, an A, I'm thinking a D.
to which she recoiled and left the room. February 2012. In the November 2023 suit, Ventura alleges that Combs said he was going to blow up the car of rapper Kid Cudi,
Yo, Kid Cudi, I'ma blow up your car, like in that movie Casino.
whom Ventura was dating at the time, and that he wanted to ensure that Kid Cudi was home with his friends when it happened. Around that time, Kid Cudi's car exploded in his driveway.
The fucking bomb with the puffy arm. I'm blowing up the Kid Cudi's car.
Kid Cudi, in a statement to the New York Times, corroborated the account. October 21st, 2013. Combs launches his cable news network, Revolt TV. The network later expands into the radio, digital, and film space. January 8, 2014. Combs announces a new joint venture with Diego, De Leon Tequila, and again becomes synonymous with a liquor brand. 2015, Combs celebrates the 20th anniversary of Bad Boy Records with a box set and tour featuring the label's legacy signees. September 2018, after multiple attempts to sever ties with Combs, Ventura says she met with him to have dinner and believed it was to talk of concluding her Bad Boy contract and have a discussion about concluding the relationship for good.
Let's just have a nice dinner for once, okay?
But after the dinner, Ventura alleged he forced himself into her apartment and forcibly raped her.
Yo, I'm the best rapper in the world.
He didn't just spell the word rapper and leave out a P, did he?
From her 2023 suit, soon thereafter, Ms. Ventura took steps to completely separate herself from her longtime abuser, including by leaving the home that he paid for and returning the car he purchased for her. June 26, 2022, Combs receives a Lifetime Achievement Award at the 2023 BET Awards and performs a medley of his hits with special guest stars during the award ceremonies. October 28, 2022, Forbes reports that Combs is a certified billionaire thanks to his deals with Diego, Revolt TV, and music business ventures. 2022-23, in a February 2024 lawsuit, producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones, a former producer of Combs who worked with him on his latest release, the Love album Off the Grid, alleges that the music mogul groped him repeatedly, and during the duration of making the album, Combs forced Jones to solicit sex workers, take illegal drugs, and more.
Yo, P. Diddy used to make me do all kinds of gay stuff. I was kissing guys and doing gay sex. I didn't want to do all that. And in the background, Bieber would be sitting there like singing and dancing. It was really weird, and everyone was lubed up with high amounts of baby oil. It was dangerous. People were slipping and sliding like Homer Simpson in that one episode where they go to China.
The suit names others close to Combs, including Combs' son, Justin Deere Combs, and high-ranking members of Motown Records and Universal Music Group as co-defendants. September 15, 2023, Combs receives a key to the city from New York Mayor Eric Adams. Eric Adams? Uh-oh, that guy's in trouble too. November 16, 2023, Ventura accuses Diddy of years of sexual misconduct, harassment, sex trafficking, and rape. Ventura's allegations lasted for the entirety of their working and personal relationship. Ventura files the civil suit in New York Superior Court under the state's Adult Survivors Act, a New York law permitting victims of sexual abuse a 1-year window to file civil action regardless of the statute of limitations of the crimes themselves. Tiffany Red, a songwriter and one of Cassie's collaborators, later publicly corroborates her claims. Combs, via his attorney, Benjamin Brafman, told the New York Times, Mr. Combs vehemently denies these offensive and outrageous allegations. For the past 6 months, Mr. Combs has been subjected to Miss Ventura's persistent demand of $30 million under the threat of writing a damaging book about the relationship, which was unequivocally rejected as blatant blackmail.
I'm Benjamin Brafman. I'm a lawyer, and I'm defending Mr. Combs. He did nothing wrong. I mean, it's disgusting and just disturbing that you people would even think that he could have done anything wrong. Look at Mr. Combs. He's just a beautiful, beautiful man. He's very nice to children. He feeds cats and dogs when they're hungry, and he jerked me off the other day in the subway while ramming a fork inside my ass. It's the way I like it.
Despite withdrawing her initial threat, Miss Ventura has now resorted to filing a lawsuit riddled with baseless and outrageous lies, aiming to tarnish Mr. Combs' reputation and seeking a payday. Man, these lawyers are good. One day after the public filing of her suit, Ventura and Combs settle outside of court for an undisclosed amount.
Yo, bitch, sign the fucking contract or I'll kill you.
In a statement, Ventura says, I have decided to resolve this matter amicably on terms that I have some level of control. While Combs' statement read, I wish Cassie and her family all the best. Love. November 23rd, 2023. One day before the window for filing suits under the Adult Survivors Act is set to close, 2 separate lawsuits alleging misconduct in the early 1990s are filed against Combs in New York Superior Court, one by Joy Dickerson and the other by an unnamed plaintiff. November 28th, 2023. Combs temporarily steps down as chairman of Revolt TV amid the lawsuits. December 6, 2023. The unnamed fourth person comes forward accusing Combs and others of gang rape in 2003.
Yeah, it's Justin Bieber here. The thing is, I mean, he forced me to have all kinds of different, engage in all sorts of different sexual activities some of them gay and disgusting. The truth is, there were actually 3 of my older songs that the lyrics you hear when I get to the high pitch, like, I'm actually being After only speaking through his attorney up until this point, Combs denies the accusations via his Instagram account, writing, enough is enough. December 10th, 2023. In response to the accusations, 18 brands sever ties with Combs' black-owned e-commerce venture, Empower Global. Sorry, Puffy, we just don't think you're cool anymore.
December 11th, 2023. A public petition started by feminist and survivor advocacy group Ultraviolet circulates calling the Recording Academy to rescind Combs' 2024 Grammy nomination for Progressive R&B album amid the sexual abuse allegations. December 11th, 2023. The Recording Academy releases a statement in response to Diddy's 2024 Grammy nominations and the allegations. We are taking this matter very seriously and we are in the process of evaluating it with the time and care that it deserves. December 13th. In response to the accusations, streaming network Hulu scraps a reality show project featuring Combs that was previously in development and centered around the Mogul and his family.
I'll just launch my show off an illegal streaming site.
January 12th, a representative for Combs tells The Hollywood Reporter the Mogul won't be in attendance at the Grammys. He was subsequently absent from the ceremony and all public events leading up to the awards.
Now P. Diddy's in the closet.
January 16th, Diageo and Combs resolved their legal lawsuit around marketing of products and officially end their working relationship.
Yeah, I don't even like alcohol anyway. It's bad.
February 26, 2024. The 5th assault lawsuit is filed against Combs by Rodney Lil Rod Jones. Combs' lawyer denies the allegations, claiming we have overwhelming, indisputable proof that his claims are complete lies.
As your lawyer, P. Diddy, I must tell you that I get more and more Jewish as this video goes on.
March 25, 2024. Homes in Los Angeles and Miami associated with Combs are raided by federal agents, including Homeland Security investigative officials, as part of what authorities refer to as an ongoing investigation. May 17th. Video surveillance of Combs assaulting Ventura is released. The video footage, published by CNN and dated March 2016, appears to show Combs chasing Ventura down the hallway of the Intercontinental Hotel in Los Angeles while wearing only a towel and socks and repeatedly hitting and kicking her while she lies on the floor. Combs is also seen attempting to drag Ventura by the shirt down the hallway and throwing objects at her. This video seems to corroborate one of the claims of abuse Ventura made in her November 2023 lawsuit against Combs, an attack she described that resulted in her getting a black eye. May 19th, in a sudden and surprising turn, Combs posts a video on his Instagram account in response to the surveillance video of Ventura's assault, admitting he is the man attacking her in the video and saying he is truly sorry. "My behavior on that video is inexcusable," he says to the camera. "I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now." Combs does not name Ventura or any other accuser or plaintiff in the current slew of pending lawsuits, and states that he is not asking for forgiveness. He claims to have gone to therapy, rehab, and asked God for his mercy and grace. Well, I hope God is listening, because you're going to need him a lot more in a few months, Puffy. Ventura's lawyers released a statement in response to Combs' video the same day, saying Combs' most recent statement is more about himself than the many people he has hurt. When Cassie and multiple other women came forward, he denied everything and suggested that his victims were looking for a payday, that he was only compelled to apologize once his repeated denials were proven false, shows his pathetic desperation, and no one will be swayed by his disingenuous words. May 22nd, the sixth assault lawsuit is filed by Combs by Crystal McKinney, Combs' Bad Boy Entertainment label, its parent company Universal Music Group, and his Sean John Clothing Company are also named in the suit. May 24th, the seventh assault lawsuit is filed against Combs by April Lampros in New York County Supreme Court. Bad Boy Entertainment and Arista Records are also named in the suit. June 2024. The eighth assault lawsuit is filed against Combs by Michigan inmate Derek Lee Cardello Smith in a Lenawee County Circuit Court. And now Bill Cosby. It's going to get a lot worse.
Please, I feel like I have a heart attack almost every day. Please stop.
July 3rd, the ninth assault lawsuit is filed against Combs by Adria English. Vibe Magazine and Penske Media Corporation are also named in the suit. September 10th, a default judgment is granted to Derek Lee Cardello Smith for $100 million after Combs fails to appear in court.
Wait, what? How did he get so much money?
September 11th, the 10th assault lawsuit is filed against Combs by Dawn Richard. The singer-songwriter alleges that Combs emotionally, physically, and sexually abused her, and that she witnessed him assault Ventura on several occasions. Richard is seeking damages for loss of income, wages, ownership over song publishing, as well as suffering including post-traumatic stress, insomnia, anemia, and anxiety. Richard's suit is requesting $1.2 million in unpaid wages and royalties, more than $350,000 for U.S. tour performances, and at least $1.5 million for promotion of Combs' businesses. September 16th, 2024. Sean Combs is arrested by federal agents outside of a New York City hotel. In response to the arrest, Combs' lawyer Mark Agnifilo said via statement, "We are disappointed with the decision to pursue what we believe is an unjust prosecution of Mr. Combs by the U.S. Attorney's Office." Agnifilo characterizes Combs as an icon, a vital member of the community, and adds he is an imperfect person, but he is not a criminal.
And you've referred to yourself differently over the years, so I gotta ask you, Puff, where did that come from?
I can't tell you that.
To his credit, Mr. Combs has been nothing but cooperative with this investigation, and he voluntarily relocated to New York last week in anticipation of these charges. September 17th. Federal indictment is unsealed to reveal Combs is being charged with 3 counts: racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and interstate transportation for prostitution. The indictment alleges that the Mogul used his music and business empire as a criminal outfit to indulge in furtherance of illegal sexual activity. Combs pleads not guilty on all counts. He is denied bail and is ordered to await trial in a Brooklyn detention center. Attorney Mark Agnifilo appeals the ruling, arguing that Combs is no risk to the public. He has surrendered his passport, agreed to be placed under house arrest, to post a $50 million bond, and would also agree to weekly drug tests. Prosecutors, on the other hand, claim Combs is not only a flight risk but an untrustworthy danger to the public, especially witnesses and victims related to this case. Prosecutors claim to have evidence that Combs barraged former employees like Dirty Money singer Kalena Harper with phone calls in the months leading up to his arrest in an attempt to persuade them or rally support. September 20th. The $100 million default judgment granted to Derek Lee Cardello Smith is set aside after it is determined that the lawsuit was not properly served. A judge ruled that the lawsuit, which was mailed to a home Combs owns in Los Angeles, was not done so in accordance with court rules. September 24th, the 11th assault lawsuit is filed against Combs by Thalia Graves. She is suing Combs, Sherman, and 8 Combs companies under the Gender Motivated Violence Protection Act.
Coming up after the commercials, Diddy gets a bitch pregnant with Little Diddler.